Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Essence Janay, and in today's video we are going to be using the bare minimum. Okay, I have about 10 different products in front of me that I'm going to be using to create a very natural makeup look for the most part, nothing too dramatic, and something that I feel is perfect for people who want to explore in makeup but don't want to do too much and just want the bare minimum. So I'm going to lay it all out today. I'm going to go step by step in this process and show you guys the different products that I personally would use. I don't know what it is about quarantine and this whole COVID pandemic, but it has truly made me a lazy girl at heart when it comes to makeup. Not that I don't enjoy it and love it, but I really want like the bare minimum when it comes to putting products on my skin. I want my skin to be able to breathe, and I feel like I have finally come up with the perfect concoction based off of the products that I have in my collection to kind of give that to you guys. So if you guys are curious, you want to know the rundown, you want all the details that I am about to give, grab your pencil and paper, get to writing, taking notes, because we are diving in. Now, of course, before we get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you click the bell so you can be notified every single time that I upload. And with all of that, let's just jump right into today's video. So of course, the first thing you guys want to start by doing is prepping your skin. So making sure that you're taking that time to do your skincare, washing your face, moisturizing it, and putting on your SPF. Now you do want to give about 10 minutes between doing your skincare and starting your makeup. That way your makeup can last throughout the day, because that does contribute. You know, if you're not giving your skincare products time to sink in and really work the way that it's supposed to, 9 times out of 10, your makeup is not going to last that long. So just make sure you're giving time in between skincare and makeup. So my skincare has been sitting on my face for some time, so I'm going to go ahead and start with my first product. Although this is being used now like in the makeup step, this can also be used just as like a skincare product, and this is from Laneige. This is their glowy makeup serum. So I do love a nice glow. I love using oils with my products, and it's just something that I've been into these days. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this and I'm going to put it on my face. 3 little drops is good enough, and I'm gonna rub this in. So the next product that I want to use is a brow product, because I feel like the brows really frame the face, and it makes everything look so much more complete. And I will do my brows non-stop every single day if I had to, and not do anything else and be okay with that, because again, I just feel like they're really important and they really frame the face. Now in this instance, I'm not going to be doing anything crazy with them. I'm just going to lightly brush them out with a spoolie, and then I'm going to grab a clear brow gel. I'm going to be using this one from ABH. You can use a brow wax like this one from ABH, you can use the one from NYX, whatever it is that you want to give you that nice brow without having to do too much. You want them to kind of like stay in place. That's what you want to go in with. So for me personally, that is this one right here. I just really like the formula on this, plus the fact that it's clear, it's not adding any color, it's not doing anything crazy. It's literally just going to help hold my brow hairs in place throughout the day, which is essentially what I want. So I'm gonna let that sit there for a few minutes. Once it dries completely, it'll be a little bit more stiff and in place. If you wanted to, you could go in with a brow pencil and just kind of fill them in slightly, or not so much fill them in, because you don't want anything too done up. You don't want really bold brows and then like a more natural bare face that it doesn't go together very well. But if you want to fill in sparse areas or whatever like that, you definitely could. I mean, you can do whatever you want. If you want bold brows, go for it, but in my opinion, it wouldn't go. So I'm just gonna flick up here in the front just to fill them in slightly. I'm not doing anything too crazy to them. So for our skin complexion, I've been so obsessed with tinted moisturizers, and CC creams, well, the one specifically from e.l.f. I love a lot. Just really lightweight products that are going to give a little bit of color and cover to the skin but not be too heavy. I have really put my more heavier foundations to the back of the makeup drawer, and I rarely touch them these days. So today I'm going to be using this one from NARS. This is their Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer, and this one has SPF in it of 30, which is great. And I'm going to take it with my fingers. I'm not even using no brush, no anything, because we want this to be quick and easy, you know, no hassle, and we just want to be out the door. So I'm just going to rub this everywhere. Just kind of like do it as if I was putting on lotion or moisturizer, and just rub this into the skin. This is a little light for me right now, but it's okay because we can make it work. So just using my fingers to just really rub this into the skin and just blend it. It is, again, a little light, but as you can see as I'm rubbing it in, because it's not that pigmented, it's able to just kind of like blend in with the rest of my skin and just make everything look a little better and just more even and there. You know what I mean? Like I have makeup on, but you can't really tell that I have makeup on, and that's kind of the whole point of this. So I am taking it underneath my eyes, and I'm going in an upwards motion very gently, as if I was like applying eye cream or something. And that's it, girl. So that's the base. Again, it looks very natural, very much so skin-like, and that's what we want. You know, we don't want to overdo it as I apply a little bit more. Now this next step is optional, but I do want to cover a little bit more with the under eye area, but I don't want to use a full coverage concealer. So I'm going to use this one from Rare Beauty, and this is in the shade 320W, which is a little bit more closer to like my skin tone, so it's not a brightening concealer for me, not really anyways. And I'm just going to apply this on the back of my hand first, and then go in with my concealer brush and precisely apply that underneath my eyes, because again, I want coverage, but I don't want too much. I don't need too much of this. I just want the bare minimum, a little bit, just a small amount, just to put under here, just to make me feel a little bit more complete when it comes to my makeup. But again, this is not for everybody, and if you don't need it, then you don't need it. So I'm just going to apply it like so, as I would any other concealer. And I'm going to take my e.l.f. sponge, and I'm just going to blend this in. I'm also adding a little bit onto the lids as well, just because I know I'm not putting on any shadow or anything, and I don't want my veins to necessarily peek through so strongly. I mean, again, this concealer isn't full coverage, so it's not going to completely give me like a blank canvas, but it just helps to, you know, make it blend in a little bit better with the rest of the skin, which is what we want. So now that we have that laid, we can go ahead and add a little bit of contour. We want to give our face a little bit of dimension as always. So I'm going to use this Milk Makeup stick, and I'm actually just going to take this dual-ended brush from e.l.f. and I'm going to swirl my brush in that. Tap it on the back of my hand, and then just press this into the skin. This just helps it not be too harsh or intense, and I'm only applying a small amount. Again, I don't need too much because we don't want to overdo it. And if you ask me, I will say that I feel like cream products are the ones you want to go for, especially for a more natural look. They definitely look natural, or more natural than, I would say, powder products. Powder products are a little bit harder to work with, and especially if you're, you know, wanting something as natural as this. Like, I have makeup on, but you can't really tell that I have makeup on. Like, we're not looking like a cake face or anything like that. These products are nice and lightweight, and they are pigmented but sheer enough to where you can build it up to the desired intensity that you want without, you know, it being too much. Hopefully that all made sense, but that's all I'm gonna do for that. Well, actually I am gonna do a little bit on my nose because I do want to cream contour that just a little bit, just to bring some life to it. So I'm using the opposite side of that same brush just to drag it along my nose. You could also take it in your crease just to give a little definition. Since we aren't doing any shadow, we don't want to be looking like plain Jane, so let's just add a little something something in our crease. And it's one less product that you had to worry about pulling out to use. So now that we have that, we're gonna jump right into blush. So I did pull out two different options. I have this one from Milk Makeup. It's like a little mini, and this is their Flare Glow Oil. It's for your lips, cheeks, and you know, wherever you choose to use it, I suppose. So it's multi-purpose, which is great. Love things that are multi-purpose, especially when it's something that's so quick and easy as this. I am going to use a little bit on my lips. Just put that on just to give our lips a little bit of color. Nothing too crazy. And then I could either use this as my blush, which if this was me doing it and I was quick in a hurry, didn't even want to think twice about it, I would use this on my cheeks as well. Or I could go in with a different liquid blush. This is also from Rare Beauty, and this is in Love. It's a little bit more of like a darker toned shade, so I am just gonna stick with this one from Milk Makeup. I'm just going to rub this on my hand first. So this is what we have, and then I'm going to take my sponge, tap it into that, and then just tap it onto my cheeks. Honestly, you guys, we are almost finished with this look. This is how simple it is. So next I'm going to use a liquid highlighter. There should be no surprise there. Liquid is really going to be your best friend for really minimal looks that you want to be super natural. Like, look how natural this looks. I feel like it barely looks like I have makeup on. So I'm going to take another Rare Beauty product, and this is the liquid blush in Flaunt. And you can go directly in with the applicator. And for me personally, I'm just going to put it on my hand first. And I'm going to use my finger for this. I want my skin to look glowy, dewy, healthy, all that good stuff. Now I am a oily girl, combination oily, and so I can't get away with not setting my face, especially when it's really, really humid out, and it's been hot lately. So I'm definitely gonna have to set with some type of powder, but instead of going in with a loose powder, which I feel is a little bit more heavier than like a pressed powder, I'm just gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury. I could also use my Sephora Micro Smooth powder as well, but this is just the one that I happen to pull out, and I'm just gonna tap lightly over my entire face, and this is just gonna help prolong the makeup, set everything, give it a nice blurred effect, which we love over here on my channel, and just help, okay? Because although cream products are really, really good at keeping everything looking natural and very much skin-like and radiant, your girl has to set with some type of powder. Now if you have dry skin, just skip this step altogether, but if you have oily skin like me, definitely make sure you set some way, somehow. Just very lightly though, because you don't need too much powder. So that's good enough, and I'm going to spray it down. Of course, I'm going to use a little bit of this one instead of my ColourPop Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist, which you guys know I love and I am so obsessed with. I'm just going to use this one from Fenty. This is the Baby What It Do, and I do love this one as well. I love the way this feels. This will also help bring that glow back into our skin because it is more of like a dewy spray, and it just helps bring everything together. As I said previously, I'm not doing any eyeshadow. I feel like when you start to put eyeshadow on, that's where your look becomes less natural, so to speak. I mean, because naturally we don't have any color on our lids. So outside of the cream bronzer that we put in our crease, there's nothing else that I'm going to do for that. But the lashes, on the other hand, if your girl got time to put on some falsies, I will definitely do that. Of course, more of like a natural pair, but in today's video I'm definitely not going to do that. I'm going to show you guys an alternative. So I'm going to take my lash curler and I'm just going to curl my lashes, and this is something that I would do even if I was putting on falsies. I always like to curl my lashes because I feel like they help my natural lash blend with the false lash a lot better, but it just lifts it up, opens up your eyes, and I love that. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other one first. So once our lash is nice and lifted, you're going to go in with the clear brow gel that you were using before, or that I was using before, but if you're using one, you would use the same one and just coat your lash with that. Because the same way that this gel is going to keep my brow hairs in place all day, is going to keep the lifted lash up all day once it dries. And no color, no nothing, so it definitely helps it to be a lot more natural. This is where products become multi-purposeful. Is that a word? They have multi-uses. They're versatile, let's just put it that way. So not only did we use it to set the brows, but we also used it to essentially set our lashes, and you can leave it like that, or you could be extra like me and add a little bit of mascara. I love this one from Maybelline. This is the Sky High mascara, and I feel like it gives my lashes nice length that I need, and volume and all of that. So I'm just gonna put a little bit though. I'm not gonna go overboard with it. Just add a little bit of this, especially on the outer part of my lash. So not too much. I still want it to look natural, but I'm gonna let that dry a little bit, and then I'm gonna go back in with my lash curler and curl them one more time so I can get them nice and lifted. But that's it for the eyes and the face, and the last thing we need to do is just add a little bit of gloss if you want it. If not, you can just keep on the liquid, or not liquid, it's actually cream blush that I used on my cheeks and my lips from Milk Makeup. I could just, you know, be satisfied with this, or I can add on a gloss, and of course I'm gonna add on a gloss because who would I be if I didn't. I'm gonna use this one from Fenty. This is their Pro Kisser Luscious Lip Balm. If you guys remember these, this one's just the original one she came out with, the clear one, but I do know she has other shades. Alright beauties, so this is everything finished and complete. I feel like it was really simple, really quick and easy. We used a very minimum number of products, not too many things that we used in today's video, and I feel like we just breezed right through it. I mean, it took no time at all. And honestly, if I was not filming, it would probably take me less than 10 minutes to do all of this. Again, I look good, I feel good, and I feel like, I don't know what COVID has done to the beauty community and to society, but I feel like full coverage foundations are being put on the back burner. I don't know, maybe they'll pop out a little bit more towards like the fall and winter time, but I'm not rushing any of that. For the summer, this tinted moisturizer is where it's at. This one, the one from Fenty that I love. I mean, there's just so many great tinted products on the market that you can use that are really good quality, lightweight, give the coverage, and just make you feel good. So I'm here for it. Hopefully you guys are as well, and I really hope that you guys learned a thing or two, especially for those of you who find it difficult to really do something with makeup. Like, you want to put it on but you don't really know where to start or where to finish. I think this video is a great starting point. I, again, hope you guys learned something. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You guys can let me know down below. Of course, if you enjoyed today's video and the content that I provided you with, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can join the family, and also hit the bell so you can be notified every single time that I upload. With all of that being said, I am going to close today's video out here. Again, I hope you enjoyed. I love you all so much, and I will see you very, very soon in my next upload.